What's going on, guys? Garrett and Lincoln here, coming at you with our coverage of last night's
Yeah, because it's Sunday.
event,
UFC fight night. Marias
Dhabi.
versus I forgot the other guy's
Corey
name. Who won.
Sandhagen.
Yeah, Corey Sandhagen. I really love Corey Sandhagen. That's why I was upset that I just blanked on his name for a second. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I haven't really known a lot about Corey Sandhagen aside from his near death experience that he had in the fight where he came back and won at the end, but his arm should have been broken in that fucking arm bar. But
Do you
yeah,
remember
I'm
who
really
that was
excited.
with?
I don't remember who it
Since
was
you brought
with.
it up.
I know. I'm doing bad right now. I'm doing real bad right now.
Well, let's reel it back, and
Let's
we'll
reel it
start
back
with these prelims, and we'll go over this real quick. And bam.
Bam. Look
right.
at the editing.
So it started off pretty safe. A lot of people were aiming for some more, survivalistic, tactics. People were just trying to get through their fights. You had Taguir, Ulan, Bekov versus Bruno, Silva, and of course, Taguir pulling away with a decision victory there. You get into that was a great competitive fight. For flyweights, it always starts.
It really was.
Well.
They're so fast.
Yeah,
they're so fast.
And then it gets to the women's bantamweight with Tracy Cortez and Stephanie Edger, and Cortez again pulls away with a decision victory here.
The crazy part about this fight was that Stephanie Edger is a Olympic grappling wrestling level participant in the sport, and the way that Cortez really just took her down and landed, like there was one where Stephanie went for the takedown and it was reversed on the way down by Cortez, and I thought that was like crazy skill wise.
Yeah, just to think that she was getting the majority of the takedowns over a legendary judoka, but yeah.
It's just crazy. I thought that was an important thing to throw out there.
It is, yeah, because she was not just getting these takedowns and threatening with submissions. she was also just dominating, for lack of a better word, the entire time on the ground.
It wasn't Tracy Cortez on the Ultimate Fighter, or not the Ultimate Fighter, the Contender Series?
Yes,
I feel like she was on the one that we. I feel like she was on the one that we watched together.
Unfortunately, not.
No.
That she is a season 3 veteran of the Contender Series, and that she's coming in for, I believe this was her second or third bout in the UFC.
Nice.
So, then we moved into featherweight with Omar Morales versus Giga Chikadze. Excuse me if I mispronounce it. Chikadze. Basically, this was just a pretty competitive fight. A little bit back and forth. That's just kind of how most of these fights were. But again, it pulled away with another decision. And then what was probably one of my fighters that I enjoyed watching on the card and previous cards was Ali Akasi versus Tony Kelly. I really enjoy Ali Akasi. One, because he looks like NoHo Hank from the Barry TV show.
He really does, yeah.
For anybody out there that's seen that, that's he looks almost identical to him. He's the first fighter from Jordan to be in the UFC, and he put on another technical fight between him and Tony Kelly, but Tony Kelly was able to just really pull away with a victory here. Almost snapped Ali Akasi's arm in half at the end of the first or second round, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, and then also was landing those heavy knees.
Yeah,
right to the face. It was almost like he was doing the tie clinch knees, but he didn't even need to touch them.
Yeah,
just throw the knee up there.
Yeah,
really almost knocked him down a few times.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. And then of course you had the whole kabobble between the two after the fight had happened.
Yeah, Ali kind of hit him a little too hard on the chest. I think it's one of those things where it was all fine until he did that on his chest, and it was just a little bit too much. You gotta take it down a few notches.
Well, Tony Kelly was also of the opinion that Ali Akasi was just kind of running away the entire fight, which
that was kind of silly after 5 takedowns.
Yeah, and And then considering how, I mean, plus he had a lot to say about him in their post-fight press conference. Was just not really
Some guys just
satisfied.
don't.
Yeah,
No,
but
some guys just don't like each other.
yeah, I mean, it just went that way, and Tony Kelly was even more salty after he was not able to do what the next fighter did, and that was Joaquin Buckley versus Impa Kasanganai.
Who's been
And
a hot topic on this podcast for a while now.
yeah, I mean, Impa Kasanganai, we covered him first and foremost on his second appearance on the Contender Series in season 4. He was one of the first people we covered, actually. And, we were following his progress. He won his UFC debut, and now he was making his second appearance in the promotion against Joaquin Buckley, who is, in fact, coming off of a loss to Kevin Holland. Was knocked out, unfortunately, in that competition. But in this competition, he actually came out and performed what many people are now saying is quite possibly contender for knockout of the year.
I think it has to be. Unless something even crazier happens than this is the knockout of the year.
Exactly.
For sure. For those who haven't seen it, he caught a leg and just did a reverse spin kick right to the face of Impa Kasanganai.
Down the middle.
Right down the middle. And I was of the opinion that this fight was going to end rather in the similar fashion with Joaquin winning either way because of just how he was coming out there strong, almost knocking him down twice before he even landed the highlight kick that we're talking about.
Right.
And a lot of good things from Joaquin Buckley. He's also really good speaker in his post-conference interview. Really enjoyed his energy, and it was just a great fight.
Yep. And, of course, gets the $50,000 bonus. I mean, you pretty much have to.
Did he end up getting the 200K that Dano said?
Who knows? I didn't.
Who knows?
I didn't exactly check it out. I can look it up. I can look at it right now. See what we got here. He gets the props from Dana White. Let's see here. Stuns onlookers. Nothing outright,
okay.
But basically he definitely got the knockout of the night bonus. I don't know if he got the performance bonus, but there was talks that he may as well have just gotten all the other bonuses of the night, pretty much.
Pretty much,
because that was for me the most standout moment of the night.
That was definitely number one. And then everybody on the rest of the prelims, they saw that and they said, I gotta knock him out now.
Yeah, they pretty much followed suit and finished out what was a pretty long and drawn out prelims with just finish after finish after finish.
And it really kicked it off for the rest of the night.
Yeah, Chris Dawkins came out against Rodrigo Ferreira and pretty much in the opening 30 seconds just pretty much stormed him and was able to knock him out. Was able to drop him first, pressure onto him, build him back up, and then drop him again, leading Mark Goddard to have to end that contest in only 45 seconds, which I was pretty impressed by. Chris Dawkins, if I'm not mistaken, has made his UFC debut back in August, and so he is coming in strong into the UFC promotion. So good to see that.
Very good.
Yeah, and then the follow-up fight to finish out the prelims came with Tom Breese and Kb Bueller, Kb Bueller, excuse me. He was making his UFC debut. I believe for Tom Breese, this was an opponent that he had to have his opponent replaced several times. And Tom Breese, who has been in the promotion since 2015, if I'm not mistaken, has been on and off some victories. I think he's only had 2 losses, in fact, in his entire career. Well, yeah, it says right there, but in the UFC, he's had those 2 losses. But he pretty much came out here and stopped Kb Bueller in the opening round with pretty heavy shots, and it was impressive to me the most that the power that he put Bueller away with was a jab, right to the jaw.
That's what I thought. It was that's how every jab should be, Garrett. It was perfect. I could see DC at home just going, yeah.
So that was fun. But yeah, so that was a great way to end the prelims. I mean, once Joaquin Buckley got us that spin kick KO, I mean, just absolutely starched his opponent. Well, that kind of set the tone for the rest of the night. So that being said, I think that's going to give us the opportunity to end this episode of our coverage. And then in the next part, we are going to be looking at the main card. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And we will see you guys then. Peace.